Live from Katerina Valentina Salon in St. James, New York. She's the breakout author of Scenes from the Play of My Life, Act 1, a fearless influencer, a faith-fueled powerhouse, and a voice igniting purpose across generations. This is the podcast that brings real stories, real faith, and real fire to the forefront. Get ready to be inspired. Get ready to be fired up. Get ready to rise. This is Pam Renna Live. And now, here she is, Pam Renna.
Wow, is this really happening? We've had such apprehension. We were supposed to go on March 22nd, and there was so much resistance. And talk about trusting the process, right? Trust the process, you guys. And cameras not working. We had to, no internet. Just really had to go and dig deep and trust our faith. But we're here. We're here. So welcome to my corner of faith. Yes.
And it is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Moment here.
Thank you. So welcome to my corner of faith. I'm your host, Pam Renna from A Common Thread Production. Before we begin today, I want to extend a very special thank you to Katerina Valentina for helping this podcast grow from a dream into reality. Thank you for your unwavering support and for opening the doors to this amazing studio space that allows this message to come to life. Now, this is just not a podcast. It's a living book. Like every book has an introduction, this is ours. Here we open the chapters of life together. My first book, Scenes in the Play of My Life, told Act 1. The chapters written through experiences, struggles, lessons, and growth that shaped who I became and prepared me for where I went. But Act 2, that's where the life became deeper, more honest, more revealing. And now we're opening those chapters together. A living book is what Act 2 represents. It's where we just don't read the chapters, we watch them unfold. We feel the emotions, we witness the moments. Instead of reading words on a page, we experience the story as it happens, chapter by chapter. This space isn't just my story, it's about all of us. It's about faith, it's about growth, it's about learning how to move forward even when life feels unsettled. So page turners, grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's begin. Because every great book begins with a foreword. Before we turn the first page of this living book, I want to introduce someone who just didn't witness this journey. She lived it right alongside me. Eve is my partner in life. She has welcomed me through some of the hardest seasons I've ever faced. Through uncertainty, through heartbreak, through moments when faith was the only thing holding us together. She didn't just watch Act 2 unfold, she helped me survive it. She was part of it. Woo!
And here I come.
Here you come. Come on down here.
Let me get in here.
But there's times when life treated us, tested us we never expected, but through our faith, it pulled us together.
Thank you.
Yes, she is.
So happy to be here with you.
Me too.
And thank you for the privilege to be here and to give this forward for your first podcast.
Thank you, Eve.
Pam and I know each other for over 25 years. She is my life partner, my business partner, you're my everything. We've gone through so much together. We're cut from the same cloth. When Pam told me she wanted to write her memoir, I was so ecstatic for her. I was very excited. She had no plan of how to navigate the logistics. She only had a desire to write her story, which was amazing. And she had this uncanny sense that everything would fall into place. And it did. When it was time to publish her book, she reached out to a few publishers, and she was told she had no following and she had no name. So you told me, they said to you, well, you said to them, well, how do I get a name? just starting out without knowing someone who's already established in the literary world.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, you decided to self-publish.
Thank God for self-publishing.
So in order to get your message out there, to get your story out there. So what I'm saying is, nothing stops Pam. Pam keeps going. Pam perseveres. And that's her most favorite P.
Yes.
So now I'm going to fast forward to Act 2, to Superstorm Sandy. That's in 2012. We live downtown, 200 feet from the East River. Superstorm Sandy was basically the perfect storm. In reality, it was a cyclone. We had our restaurant that was just a year old, totally wiped out, 11 feet of water. We almost lost our lives. We came this close to losing our lives. By the grace of God, we didn't.
Right.
Our horticultural company survived under 7 feet of water. Our home, we were out without electricity and water for weeks. We basically clung to each other and cried for, I don't know how long.
Kept our faith.
We kept our faith
Mm-hmm.
until one day Pam said, well, that's enough. We mourned it, and now we have to rebuild. And if it wasn't for Pam, I couldn't have done it.
And you too. Takes a team.
It takes a team, but we did.
We're a team.
We rebuilt.
We rebuilt.
And then came 2021, the pandemic.
What was it, 21? Oh,
Yeah. The pandemic. Was it 21?
I don't know, was it 20? When was the pandemic?
Or 20?
I
Which
don't remember.
2020.
Oh, 20.
20.
Okay. 20.
And then the pandemic.
This is what live TV is all about, see?
Right.
We can't just stop and edit that.
I think.
And that hit
It's all good.
That hit the entire economy. It hit the world. So from what we rebuilt, all came tumbling down. And we're still rebuilding. So basically what I'm trying to say is Pam is no stranger from being knocked down. She keeps going. She bends the rules
Yes, I do.
every chance she gets.
The rebel at heart.
And she keeps going. And that'll never change. That's who she is. And that's what I love about her. She never gives up. And that's what this podcast is about. And that's what her memoir is about. And I know every future book she writes after this, and every book that they're going to be
Published,
and beyond is going to be about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hope everyone watching today and all of you who do read her memoir keep coming back, because in reality, we all have a little bit of Pam in us. We're all connected. It's like that common thread. All of us are connected, so we can all relate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when I say, please come back, find out who you are, because I know I'll be here and Pam will always show up. So thank you, Pam, for being in my life, and I hope she'll always be in everybody here today. I hope she'll always be in your life as well. I love you.
Love pizza.
Very nice.
Thank you, Eve, for those beautiful words, for walking alongside me through some of the hardest chapters in my life. Your strength, your faith, and your love has meant more to me than words could ever express. I'm grateful you're a part of this story and a part of this journey. But before we continue, I also want to acknowledge someone else who's here with us today. Robert is in the studio with us, and he's been helping bring this vision to life. We actually met through Facebook, and I truly believe God brought us together at the right time. He believed in my book so much he read it twice. He believes in this message, and now he's part of helping us share it. Robert, why don't you come up and just say a quick hello to our page turners? Yay!
Hello, everyone. I just want to say that I'm just so honored and thrilled to be here with Pam on her journey. I did read her book twice, working on the third time, by the way. And the message that she puts out for healing and loving, for faith, and helping people is what this is all about. And she has an amazing talent to do that. And so I just wish her all the luck,
Thank you.
and she deserves it for all the hard work. And I've been doing this for about 3-4 weeks with her now to prepare for this.
No, since February, right?
February.
February. Wow, time flies.
So she's doing an amazing job, and I wish her all the best, and enjoy the podcast.
Thank you, Robert. Very grateful you're part of this journey too. With that being said, we'll be right back. All right, page turners, during the break, I hope you thought about that question. Now let's turn the page. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt anxious, alone, like you just didn't fit in, misunderstood, invisible, or defeated? Struggling with setbacks, grief, or moments when peace felt out of your reach? If you have, I want you to know this, you're not alone. This is a space where we can be real. Obviously, we've been real. This is a space where you can face the things that we often try to hide from. Because when we stop hiding, it's life's hardest moments. That's when change begins, when we stop, we finally face it. That's when the calling God placed inside you begins to rise. And that's when your story starts to turn in a new direction. One thing you'll learn about me is that I believe in speaking the truth, even when it's hard. I'm going to share what I've lived through and what I've learned, and how faith carried me through seasons I never thought I would survive. And I share my journey, and my hope is that you see yourself somewhere in these pages. Because this journey isn't just mine, it belongs to anyone who has struggled, has searched, who has prayed for answers, and kept moving forward. I just got a chill, which means the angels are validating. I love that. Thank you. So even when you're feeling out of control, my experiences grab decades. Each decade brings lessons that shape me. And over time, these lessons become tools that help me grow, tools that help me keep going. One of the greatest things I've learned is that every decade of life carries its own lessons. Whether you're in your teens, trying to figure out who you are, where you belong, or if you're in your 20s, exploring the world, learning through mistakes. I say lessons, never mistakes, discovering your voice. Maybe in your 30s, feeling the pressure to build something meaningful while still questioning your path. Or in your 40s, feeling unexpected tests, wondering if you're actually where you're meant to be. Or even your 50s and beyond, where reflection begins, healing begins, and deeper understanding takes shape. There's something here for everyone, because no matter what age you are, we're all learning, growing, and becoming. In these coming chapters, we'll walk through these decades together, one lesson at a time. Along my journey, there were 5 simple tools that helped me guide through every season of my life. I call them my 5 Ps. They became my foundation when life felt overwhelming, when I felt lost, and when I needed strength to move forward. These are my 5 Ps. Path, find direction. Positive, keep the faith. Power, acquire abundance. Pray for spiritual growth. And my favorite, persevere, never give up. These 5 words carried me through some of the hardest seasons of my life. And in the coming chapters, we'll explore each one, not just as words, but as tools you can use in your own life. Another thing I learned is that healing begins when we stop blaming ourselves and start forgiving ourselves. We're human. We make mistakes. Again, I say lessons. We hurt people and we get hurt too. But forgiveness, especially forgiving yourself, is where the healing begins. And I truly believe that each of us carries a calling inside of our hearts. Sometimes we feel it, sometimes we ignore it, sometimes we don't understand it, but it's here, waiting, guiding us, calling us forward. And my purpose, my calling, is to help you take that step, to help you move forward when you feel stuck, to help you trust the process when life feels unbearable, and to remind you that your story isn't over. Hey, page turners. I know you're viewing and taking it all in. Does anyone have a question or comment you want to talk about so far? Anybody? Bring it on.
Well, Rochelle says, hi, Robert. Melissa says, thank you, Robert. Robin, Pam and Eve deserve every single blessing from God.
Oh, thank you, Robin.
Lisa, thank you for supporting these amazing women, Robert. Lisa, amazing ladies. Robin, love you both. Let's see. Sophia, hello, ladies. So proud.
Hi.
Jen here, so proud of you. Wow, lots of
Thank
support.
you. Thank you. Thank you. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's hard to go live, everyone. Don't realize we're looking into a camera and trying to talk to everybody. So thank you so much. And we'll be right back. Why can't you just go? Thank you, page turners. This is only the beginning. These chapters are still being written. These lessons are still unfolding, and this journey is far from over. 5 words, 5 tools, a lifetime of guidance. Your journey is still being written, and your story is just beginning. Every powerful story starts with a prologue. Welcome to mine. On October 29, 2012, Superstorm Sandy stole 20 years of dreams from me in 15 minutes. I thought this day would just be like any other rainy day in New York City. I was sitting at the bar in my restaurant, listening to May and Blueberg on the TV and drinking a glass of Sancerre and cleaning the candlesticks from the restroom. Then I heard him say he was taking precautionary measures with Hurricane Sandy and would be shutting down the electric grid downtown at some point. My restaurant and my flower business was 200 feet from the East River, as Eve said before, in Lower Manhattan, and we were part of that city grid. Within 1 hour, I was clinging to nothing but hope as I was hurtled down the street from a storm surge. I was covered in sewer water, laced with garbage, along with drowned rats soaring past me, smelling like the fish from the river. It was all too much my brain could process. Remember that day, Eve?
Oh, yes, I do.
Even though I was in a state of shock, I was suddenly very much aware of an invisible hand pulling me and lifting me out of this dangerous water. I picked myself back up. I ran down the street and I stared at the remains of what I had built in 20 years. I couldn't blame anyone, especially myself. In 15 minutes, it was all gone from me. But what the devastation of the storm had taken from me was insignificant compared to how I'd lost myself to this nightmare. But my faith, my 5 Ps that helped me get here, in the first place, is the gift I will share with you. And with that, we're closing today's episode. But remember, the story doesn't end here. Next week, we turn the page again. Thank you, page turners, for being part of this living book. And a heartfelt thank you to God for giving me, guiding me, opening doors that bring all of you here. I'm truly, truly grateful. But before we go, if your life were a book, what would your prologue be? Because every chapter has meaning, every chapter has purpose, every chapter brings growth. Next week, we turn the page again. And I'm excited to welcome a very special guest, Katerina Valentina, as we dive into more stories, lessons, and inspiration. I also want to give a special thank you to Spontino's Restaurant, James, James, Silvio, and Sue. They're located in St. James, for sponsoring today's episode and supporting this journey. So if today's message spoke to you, please take a moment to like and share the channel. Because when you do, you're not supporting just me, you're helping someone else find this message who may truly need it. Live the 5 Ps: path, pray, positive, power, and of course, my favorite, persevere. And let faith lead the way. Until next time.